I'm Jamie Clynes and I'm from Central Sewing in Prescott Valley, Arizona. Today we're going to learn how to do Rumba Ruffles on our Babylock Ovation. First thing we're going to do is thread up for a rolled hem. The rolled hem will give us a nice finish down both edges of our Rumba Ruffle. On the Babylock Ovation, it features extraordinary threading, so we're going to go down and engage the threading mode, turn your hand wheel until it locks into position, and we're going to thread the loopers using our tubular looper system. Our looper is completely threaded. We're going to just pull that guy straight back. We're going to put a decorative woolly nylon thread in the upper looper so we can get a nice full edge. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a looper lasso. We're going to take a long piece of thread, fold it in half, twist up the ends really nicely, flip it at an angle, and this is actually going to help us. So we're going to take both raw ends of our thread, we're going to tuck it down into the upper looper port, hold the loop as close to the machine as possible until the ends of our looper lasso come through the upper looper. We're going to take our woolly nylon thread and we're going to tuck it right through our looper lasso here, and we're going to manually pull it through the machine. So we're going to tuck this thread right to the back, and then we're going to thread our right needle. And I like to just pull everything right to the back. We're going to go back to serging mode, close up our doors, and on our quick reference guide for our threading, it's actually going to show us and display how to thread the machine and also give us our stitch length and width settings. We're going to take and go to 1 on the rolled hem side of the stitch length knob, which is going to remove our stitch finger automatically. We're going to take our stitch width down to 3.5. Our stitch selector on the right hand side of the machine, we're going to go to D as in dog, and that's to control our automatic thread delivery, because our fantastic Ovation does not have tensions to readjust. And our wave selector is going to stay on overlock. On the Ovation, I actually like to set my speed controller at half speed for rolled hemming. It's going to give us nice consistency in our stitch length, and we won't get any gapping in our rolled hem, so we get a nice full consistent edge. You've gone down and done both edges of your Rumba Ruffle strip using the rolled edge, we're going to take our long strip, press it in half right sides together with an iron. Then you're going to take your foundation fabric that we will be attaching our ruffle onto, and you're going to fold that piece in half wrong sides together so that the right sides are exposed. On the machine, we're going to thread up for a 2-thread flat lock narrow, and your cheat sheet will help you with that. So the first thing we're going to do is open up our doors for threading mode, flip your lever to threading, turn your hand wheel until it locks into position, and then we're going to thread for our 2-thread flat lock narrow using our right needle. Don't forget, your cheat sheet is always available with all of your threading information along with the machine setup as well. Lower looper. And then we're going to take our right needle thread, and this time it's actually going to go down the second threading port here. We're going to just loop it under here, go directly over and up and around, and we're going to thread down to the right needle. Now, with two thread overlocks, we also need to engage our subsidiary looper. It's this mechanism attached to our upper looper. We're going to grab it between our fingers, swing it over to the left, and gently push away from us. After that's completed, I like to take my thread up and over my upper looper and straight to the back. We're going to flip our lever back to serging mode, close up our little doors, and then we're going to set up using the stitch length and width provided on our cheat sheet. And our stitch selector also needs to be switched to B. Now, before I actually put this on my project, I prefer to test sew my flat lock just to ensure that it's exactly how I want it to be. With our flat lock stitch, this is a stitch that actually has to be opened up. So you're going to take your fabric in your hands, shimmy it, and it should lay nice and flat for you. Now, to attach our Rumba Ruffle, we're going to change out our presser foot. We're just going to lift up our foot. There's the release lever in the back of our shank, and we're going to actually attach our ruffling foot. I insert this foot from the side. I try to hold the little finger underneath with my fingernail as I'm attaching it. We're going to slip it under and then gently lower the lifter over the top. Now, with our Rumba Ruffles, we are going to change our differential feed setting. We're going to go all the way up so that our feed dogs gather up our ruffle onto our flat piece of fabric. So with this presser foot, we are going to take our Rumba Ruffle, and it's going to go right on the bottom of our presser foot, so underneath our foot. And I like to slip it all the way back so that it starts underneath the needle. And we're going to take our fabric that is not going to be ruffled, so this is our base fabric, and it's actually going to slip into the tongue on the presser foot here, slip it all the way back again to the needle. Sometimes you kind of have to wiggle it to get it started. And then I like to put the needle in the down position. Then what we're going to do is I make a C out of my hand. I'm going to hold my ruffled fabric in that C as I'm actually stitching my ruffle on to prevent any drag on my fabric. So what we're going to do is as I serge, I'm just going to hold the foundation fabric right up against the edge of my foot, and I'm going to go at about a medium pace, again using my speed controller. When I cut my fabric, I cut double the length for my ruffle as I do for my foundation fabric. And when you're complete, you're going to lay your foundation fabric down, you're going to open up your ruffle, and you're going to shimmy it left to right. Once you've got it all sewn, you're just going to wiggle your ruffle open and lay it flat on the fabric.